Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here with me. Boy, that's kind of loud. I forgot I usually lower the volume on my background music. Hope everybody's doing well today. My Koshi, congrats on grabbing that first redeem today. And, sorry, I had to get your token to you separately, but you got it. Crunch, welcome in. My Koshi, Valdez, Kian. Hope everybody is doing great. Feel free to share with me what you've been up to, how you've been doing, anything like that. I don't really have much to talk about before we get started today. You know the deal with a lot of stuff here. It's going to be a pretty chill day today. We're just going to hang out. We're going to play some more Outer Worlds. We're going to do some side quests. We're going to do some main quests. And we're just going to try to have a good time with this game. Hey, Purple, welcome in. Who got first, my Koshi? I'm doing okay, Kian. I am here. It's okay, you do it to flex on these nerds more than anything else. I mean, that's why we have the counter. Alright, so Outer Worlds. I seem to remember last time I left off on Outer Worlds, it was, I was a little unclear where to go next, so we're gonna spend some time trying to figure that out today. I did some side missions to kind of fill up the time, but where I was going next was kind of blocked off by something, and I didn't know where to go. Let's go ahead and pull the game up. Huh. I'm losing frames. I'm looking awful choppy. All right, here we go. No, don't open Epic. Stop requesting permission to do stuff. I don't need you to do stuff. I just need you to play the game. All right. Should capture any moment here, I hope. There we go. Wow, when did I get 1,000 rounds for my plasma carbine? Been an alright day, just been doing more cross-stitch mainly and watching all the friends, just got in bed and ready to chill. Good. Hope you get some good rest. Glad you had a good day getting to do something you enjoy. Alright, let's see if we can remember what we were doing. We were looking for an information broker to track down lost friends so that Nyoka can have a sort of a memorial service for somebody she lost. Okay. Good news, you'll be able to drive again. Awesome. Congratulations. Speaking about the Outer Worlds, you finished it not too long ago. Very nice. I've heard it's a relatively shorter game. I don't know if that's true with the DLC and stuff, but I've heard the game itself is not all that long. You know, for the genre. It was, you think? At least the base game was kind of short. Yeah, that was something I had heard a lot about this game. Alright, we never stopped off at wherever this is. I forget the name of this place. But I know we had an option to stop off here, and I said I would leave it for when we came back through. So let's check it out.
Ah, this factory offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you cook Borst over a sulfur pit.
CMP Borst Factory. Restricted access. Okay. Okay, they don't like that I did that. They do not like that I did that. I'm debating whether I should reload. I don't know how important this faction is or isn't. My reputation with them is going downhill as we speak. I mean, they're corporate. I got the gate key. I have a hard save not long ago. Let's see what happens if we go in here.
Processing.
It's full of enemies.
Investigating.
Weirdly enough, you don't recall that faction. Well, I think we're gonna leave this for now and see if it comes up in another quest, because I would hate to ruin the possibility of doing another quest because I got trigger happy with some random guards. That was sudden. Yeah, they really didn't like me getting into their restricted area.
Deft hands, Cap.
I'm used to games usually, like, the guards giving you a warning, like, you shouldn't be here, you know? But no, the second I crossed that line, they drew their weapon.
Oh. I'm glad I didn't eat, because the smell here is 100% off.
Looks like I gotta go up that mountain, maybe. What is this little town here? When I ask a question but can't remember if it treads on being a spoiler, probably best to stay clear of it until you're sure then. Oh, hi. Hello. Why can't I run? Why can't I run? Why can't I run? Wow, you dropped a lot of stuff. One thing that bugged you is how the debuffs were handled. In what way? Do I have a plasma launcher? It's a heavy weapon. Never did figure out what they were. Running into weight issues a little bit. Requires relay station access codes to unlock. Okay. So this is a place we'll probably find unlocked later. Oh, that was the town that I meant to stop at, not the factory. But while we're here, let's head up this way. Mega Mantiqueen, okay. I don't like the sound effects of this gun. There's like an angry hornet kind of sound that builds up while you fire it. I don't know if y'all can hear what I'm talking about. Wow, you got a lot of health. Hey, that was a lot of XP for killing it, though. And I'm over encumbered again. Gonna have to deal with that. Monster seems kind of alien, wouldn't you say? I would say it seems a little alien. What's up, Kev? Good to have you. Alright, that freed up just a little bit of weight. You're like, shit, escape with his puns again. Hide the stream. No, not at all. Good to see you. I am still on fire. How do I... How do I end being on fire?
On my way.
Stop, drop, and roll, not an option.
Take cover.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
You're hurt. Take cover.
Is this a bug? No, that's just an exceedingly long time to be on fire.
Don't mess with us.
Far have I gotten? I don't really know how to quantify that. I don't know how to tell you how far I am. I forget the name of this planet that I'm on. We got Nyoka. That was one of the last main story things that we did. Monarch. Okay, yeah, Monarch. Where are we going? We're doing Nyoka's companion quest right now. This is gonna hurt.
Oh no. How the hell did Marauders navigate the
What's your
cavern?
guess be between 13 and 67? What units are we using here?
Here we go. Not getting through.
Why am I so bad today? That hurt. Very nice, and it's just a guesstimation. We're about... actually, I don't know how many hours in, because I'm on Epic, not Steam. I forget my coffee? No, I have perpetual brain fog and sleepiness, and coffee doesn't touch it. Epic difficulty, you see. Pretty sure we're on normal.
Hear that? You hiding? You scared? Gonna find you! I smell blood! Gonna find you!
Oh yeah, we're level 16, so if that helps. Just being difficult here. Hope you had a good weekend. Same to you. Same to you. Did get to see my family Saturday. That was nice. Aside from that, I spent most of the weekend either asleep or on stream. These Mark II sentries are tough. Who? Who hurt me? She had the time for that, sometimes not streaming nearly as often as you'd like. Well, I hope something happens and frees up some of that time for you, so you get to do the things you enjoy more of. You're named. Why are you named? You don't seem all that interested in fighting. But the red triangle... Oh, there we go. Non-enemy NPCs? I don't think so. I think that was an enemy. Not sure. Otherwise, I don't know why... Robots were new. Okay, no need to yell. Chill. Alright, let's see if we can reload. It's almost like meeting the bots in Fortnite. I have never once watched or played Fortnite. I know nothing of it. Honestly, just remember that the robots weren't an enemy.
You got a real talent for murder, stranger. Color me impressed.
You don't even know.
This
You
station's
could
under the
know, but
protection
you
of the
don't.
corporate compliance crew. You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain.
No need to check Fortnite out. It's not everyone's type of game. You like it from time to time only. I feel like every gamer has some multiplayer game, even if they're mostly a single player gamer. They've got some multiplayer game that's divisive, right? Like, for me, I feel like it's Dead by Daylight, but for other people, it's like Fortnite or Valorant or Apex. Like, everybody's got one, I think. Of course, not everybody, but I just, it's something I've noticed. Even with streamers who don't stream multiplayer games, they've usually got one in their downtime. Overwatch, something like that. It's ESO, though. You love that game. You know, I wasn't really thinking, like, MMOs. I was thinking, like, competitive multiplayer environment.
You mean the one still inside? Wish I could, but we play it by the book. You want help? Bertolt's the one to ask.
Okay. Find the other C3s.
See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There's a little station near the cliff. You'll find the rest of my crew there.
Seen Destiny 2 streamed. I've seen just the smallest amount of Destiny 2 streamed. And I definitely was not paying attention to the gameplay. Sealed, okay. I saw some Escape from Tarkov the other day. That looks kind of fun.
Realize this being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown, which means you can't ever get to me. So leave already.
Can't.
Okay, now these are enemies. Help, you can't stop eating oranges. Well, you're not at risk of scurvy, so I'm inclined to allow you to continue. What's up, Tag? If I played RE4 Remake in hardcore, yes, but with the infinite hand cannon.
Everyone all right?
Gonna get reverse scurvy, more teeth will grow in, that the citric acid will eat away.
Here's the elevator, but I ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
This is an interesting looking board game. I was hoping I could blast the piece away. How you doing, Tag? How's things? Say that hardcore is a lot harder. Yeah, I think it probably would be. And it affects, like, everything. It also affects, so Resident Evil games have sort of a... I don't know what you would call it, like a storyteller system or something like that, that determines how many bullets it takes to kill an enemy, how much ammo you find, how many resources you craft with the resources that you use, things like that. And on hardcore, it's set to be much more restrictive than it can get on standard. So it does affect, like, everything about it. I was super excited to spend the last week before classes getting your Twitch grind on, and then got sick, so you lost the week. Still looking forward to the year to come regardless. Well, I hope you at least got some good rest and feel better now. You were definitely, you were on that grind for a minute. Ash Odinson. Welcome in, Raiders. How y'all doing? Ash, thank you for the raid. Ash was doing some Cyberpunk today. If you don't know Ash and you like a chill place to hang out and just go through a variety of games, Ash has been playing Cyberpunk lately, like I said, but does play a variety of other games. And it's just a chill place to hang out where you're welcome. You're welcome to lurk. You're welcome to chat. Good place where you can feel safe and have a good time. I often lurk over there. Ash, if you'd like to share anything about yourself, feel free to the people here, the games you play, the vibes you have, anything like that. Raiders, welcome in. If you don't know me, I am Ad Noctum. I'm a variety streamer. I play a variety of games. I focus on the single-player story-based games, so a lot of RPG, horror, action, things like that. Today, I am playing The Outer Worlds. It's day 3 of my first playthrough of The Outer Worlds, which is an RPG made by Obsidian. That's a little bit about me and what you can expect to see from the channel. Thank you for coming over with the Ash raid. Thank you for checking out a new channel. If Ash or anybody else has to raid and run, if you got other things to take care of, if you've got other things to go do, don't feel like you have to stick around here. No obligation, of course, but you're welcome as long as you'd like to be. Good to have you. Sneaky Netrunner, challenging yourself to not use any weapons unless absolutely forced into it. Right, you're doing the no shots fired run, right? Good to see you, Nando. I hope you've been well. Thank you for popping in earlier. Of course, I was busy. Ash, I was AFK most of the time, but I wanted to have you pulled up anyways while I was out and about. It's rated to Ash one time and Twitch just would not let you watch it. Kept telling you content restricted, which is the first time you've ever seen it. Yeah, Ash, I have heard a couple of people say that. If that's something that you want help trying to figure out, let me know, and I'll see if I can help you out with the settings on that, unless it's something you're already aware of. I'm doing okay, Nando. I am managing today, barely. Making some big mistakes already in gameplay, but it is what it is.
You out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me. Face the intercom.
Intercom. Should I hack this?
Hell of a job.
Yeah, of course, Ash, and thank you for thinking of us with the raid and everything. It means a lot. Okay, so the intercom is upstairs, maybe. How do I get there? That would be the elevator, right? The elevator is sealed until the lockdown is lifted. Was there something in here that could lift the lockdown? Oh, the intercom. Here it is. Okay.
What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
Outer Worlds, cool. Hey, welcome, Glass Deviant. Hope you're well. Doing all the DLCs? I'm not sure. I think we'll play it by ear on those. Start one, see if we like it, that sort of thing. But I'm definitely open to it. I do have the Spacer's Choice Edition. I need to see the information broker about...
No. We'll deal with information-related business later.
DLCs improve the game significantly, really? Okay.
Livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that, aside from you.
Why me?
You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
How many Marauders broke into the
Too
station?
many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. In terms of skill, let's get the long guns up so that we can get to adept, and then maybe get stealth up. Throw one in engineering just because. And then a perk. Oh wait, hold on. Apply. And a perk. Hoarder, maybe? My carry weight has just decreased notably, so that was pretty good. Alright, so I actually...
Hey, elevators to your right.
Here we go, okay. Elevator. Perfect. Not the worst perk you can get. Yeah, I am always managing weight in this game. Just being encumbered all the time. Challenge run idea. Oh, there's one for you, Tag. Can you beat Fallout 4 survival permadeath while over encumbered? Well, maybe it couldn't be survival. Winnebago challenge. What a horrible run. Always encumbered is totally doable, but so unpleasant. Well, the more unpleasant the challenge, the better it is, right? That's what the internet told me. Just need to get to where, to whatever level is where you can get Strongback 3. Get everybody's health back some. Why did it change weapon? That was weird.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. Do hurry on in.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why in the nebula. Are you here?
Fallout 4, but every mistake I make results in me getting shocked by a taser. I feel like Jabbo was working on one where it was like Fallout 4, but every time I take damage, I get shot with a real paintball gun. I told you I'm looking for a certain information broker.
Ah, yes. Our little chat on the intercom. You're looking for the premier broker for all of Monarch, which you knew was me, clearly. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
In the Nads,
Oh,
that
you
would
do,
certainly
do
be
you?
worse.
I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing Raptidons off your stoop.
Are you fibbing? Be honest.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Reminds you of that extremely short-lived haptic feedback vest for Call of Duty where you got hit with high-pressure air every time you got shot? Yes. Excuse me. You seen the videos of the GTA games where the player has a simulated car crash every time it goes flying? Oh, I think I have. The one where there's, like, the engine on the desk and it, I have seen something like that.
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions.
So, we kick them off.
Exactly what I was thinking. They hurt us all with their pettiness. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Can't we cut them off from inside the station?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Graham and Sanjar to stop transmitting on their end.
I'll talk some
You
sense
do
into
that,
them.
I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Nyoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
Persuade. She's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Yeah, what is with the inside of that dude's mouth? I don't know. Like, his tongue fills his entire mouth. Yeah, it's...
Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
Keep talking to him. I want to see him talk.
It's the strangest thing. I still can't receive any incoming off-world communications.
It's so weird. Intimidate. Don't get snippy with me.
Architect, have mercy. I should have known you were a shark. Phineas only works with the most ruthless and resourceful of captains. Wait, don't hurt me. That was an intended compliment, I swear. Here, take this if it will incentivize you to work faster.
All right, I need to head out.
Nyoka, pick me up some Stimulotion and a bottle of purple berry wine when you're next in Stellar Bay.
Bottom teeth and tongue are gone. Mouth is just full of bubble gum. Wait, is there another exit here? Your new favorite NPC. Alright. What are we doing up here? Which, I mean, how are we getting down? That was weird. Alright. Now we need to go to Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. Let me see what I have tagged.
Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
I had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usually meant to last. A lot of fools tried to impress
Expansion
me. Feigning
site,
bravado
okay.
In the wilds, thinking they'd catch my attention with their stories. It was cute. Not so cute when their
Question
act
is, how do I
happens munch.
get
You know
there?
what's sexy? Confidence.
This? Oh, that's a vendor. Oh, it's off-world somewhere. Okay, we can do that. Why not?
I have received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw. Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw. Beginning playback now.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? I'm trying to reach the captain of the Unreliable. I'll keep this short lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value that you'll be interested in.
Howdy.
Now, how do
Howdy, Space Monkey.
How
Hope
does
you're
this
well.
blasted thing turn off? Damn engineers never label these toggles clearly. Is it the...
The transmission is complete, Captain.
What's up? Should I change the lizard back to normal lizard, or should we keep it, festive? You have a mod that makes the AI on the ship into Scarlett Johansson. Nice.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Think it's funnier if it's festive for ages, like leaving the Christmas tree up until April. maybe I'll Google that. What is the median date that people take down their Christmas trees? And then I'll change the lizard back on that day. Change back, you reckon? The original is too good? I think they're both great. Alright, leave your Christmas tree up until it's time for it to be up again. I mean, honestly, what's wrong with that? They're nice to look at. Bacon Bits, welcome in.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Hope you've been well, friend. Good to see you. Yoka, is that game you're holding? Best Christmas tree strategy is permanently up or permanently down. Could be better. Well, sorry to hear. I hope things do get better for you. Had a tooth removed and painkillers ain't cutting it. That sucks. I hope that heals up
When I
quickly.
was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love living here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's a little dark joke, don't you think, Last Deviant? Mostly recommended for enemies. Yeah, that's...
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for
whiskey acts as a
I think she was jealous.
antibiotic.
She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
That you got codeine benefits of being Canadian. The very few times I have been on codeine, I have not had a good time. Made me feel super weird. Neither super does not agree with your brain. Welcome in, Gurky. Hope you're well. Morphine is scary. So the last time I had morphine, I was like 5, because I had a tumor cut out of my jaw, and apparently morphine makes me very angry and kind of pukey. Morphine you avoid makes you nauseous, but codeine just puts a veil between you and the pain. I see. Yeah, I don't remember what I felt like when I had morphine, but that is what family tells me. Had a hernia up, and they put you on it, and man, is it addicting quick. I see. I'm doing okay, Gurky. Thanks for asking. It's good to see you over here. Thank you for joining us. I'm currently falling off a cliff and breaking my ankles. Trying to navigate. We're playing the Outer Worlds today. You've taken N-ray damage. This damage bypasses armor and does damage over time to you and companions close to you. Lurking and chilling in the background sounds good, Nando. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging with us. Anna Agtap, welcome in. How you doing, friend? Great to see you.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
No, great warm up.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Feeling a little out of it today, so I'm not paying the most attention to the game, but it's nice being here hanging out with everybody. Good to see friends. Glad to hear you're well. Always good to see you. Okay, so this is the site where we were looking for those 2 people.
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old
So
locks
far,
they
Outer
don't
Worlds
open
is a great
anymore.
game to just vibe to.
But
Yeah,
there's
as
only
long
ever
as I don't
so
have to
much
pay
when the wheel burns.
attention to figure out
Here,
where to
I'll
go.
fix it.
I'd been waiting to try this game for a while before it became free on
It's a game.
Epic.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Oh, that's not good.
I'm so sorry.
So a memorial for one person has turned into a memorial for 3. All right, a little bit of reading here. Rusty journal. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what look like Rebecca's final entries. Law help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled or I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message. For all the capable folk here, we're stuck. Back home, we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here, there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Anderson is about ready to sign up. Offer his life in service to Spacer's Choice just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because Primal sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of getting sick. Of boiled Raptidon and stinking like sulfur no matter how much you scrub. Of fighting, day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here. Settle down. But this place ain't any better. It's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive, anyway. I've seen what those monsters do.
I don't...
Free
were-
F me, I paid for the damn thing even if it was a Steam bundle for cheap. Yeah, I almost got it on the Steam
Clara
bundle a
say,
couple
huh?
times.
Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Hey, thanks for lurking. I hope you're well. Is it worth it? I'm glad. I kept waiting for it to go just a little cheaper, and then finally it went free. Okay, talk to Nyoka.
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
She'd still want to know, just the same as you did.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
I might do it. I didn't think there was anything about the wilderness you didn't know.
That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
But there's primals here. Why do we have to go to Scylla? I don't get it. We've killed multiple primals just on the way. Because quest, yeah. Yeah, this quest really does have you going all over the place. Okay, to Scylla. Kill some primals.
Destination reached. Scylla.
You got a second? Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then, one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
You going somewhere with this?
Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
This is obviously important to you. Let's go.
Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Thank me later. Alright, I guess we can take him with us.
Captain.
I haven't used Felix once. Alright, let's get some primal glands. I think there's an elevator here. Yeah. Alright, we gotta kill some of these primals. Probably should have started with the big one. Oh, we're surrounded. We are surrounded. Felix is already down. Hold on. I don't like that they get iframes when they start doing the dig thing. That feels kind of cheap. Your arms have taken way too much damage, and you're no longer as good with weapons as you used to be. Affects offense skills minus 20%. No, thank you. I don't want that flaw. Pheromone gland, okay. Yeah, I mean, that could be a good flaw if you're playing, like, a pacifist diplomatic character. You know, free perk point in exchange for that, but for me, no thanks. I will do without.
Look out!
That had to hurt!
Oh, I just shot his legs off.
That's the last of him!
Alright, another pheromone gland. We got one more 400 meters away. You know, just a light 400 meter sprint. Outlaws here.
Here they come!
I can't aim today.
So what'd you think of the game last night? I still can't believe Armstrong ran the field from the Tuesday zone.
Yeah. Armstrong's really something. Nearly took a fellow's head clean off with a tossball stick.
Yeah, well, he's a hacker. That's what they do. Rangers don't show a shred of mercy in a Darlings game. Bates got tossed out of the game for excessive sportsmanlike conduct in the third half.
Excessive sportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. Felix, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a Tuesday zone is. I don't know my tenders from my forwards. Thing is, I just don't understand tossball.
Colonel Butterscotch, I feel like we killed you
I'll
before.
teach you all there is to know.
We killed Colonel Butterscotch
Right,
before. Why is he back?
Well, can't wait.
This gun's been really good. Alright, we finally got our pheromone glands. Now, while we're here, let's go cross over to bring Felix to meet with... What's his name? Wait, why is that Nyoka? I don't understand. I thought he was supposed to have Oh, maybe we have to take off from this part of the planet and land somewhere else. I bet that's it.
So here's the thing about tossball. Tossball is played from the heart.
Okay, with you so far. Play from the heart. Easy.
There are other schools of thought. Some say you gotta use your head to play tossball. Those people have concussions.
Oh, gosh. That sounds, really dangerous.
All right. Harlow's base.
Please avoid damaging.
Clyde's got himself a cozy little outfit, huh?
See what this base is all about.
You know you don't gotta.
Who are you?
Hey, you. Looking for something?
Maybe.
Where do you think you're going?
Felix Millstone's with me. Clyde Harlow's expecting us.
Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through.
So it seems like this guy might be some type of potential outlaw that he's friends with. Clyde Harlow. I get there through... presumably a front door or main entrance. Yep, outlaw, that confirms it.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man?
I'll just let you two work this out.
I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. That's been 5 years,
I'm
Clyde.
sorry
The
I'm
best thing you can
yawning
say
so
is,
much.
"Hey
I
there,
don't mean to
Hallhead."
pass it on to all of you.
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix is family, mister.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
Tell me why we're here.
I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Revolution, huh? You want to put him through a test.
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
Excuse me. What did Trask do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
Yes, she's just gonna tell me where her husband, who is in hiding, is, just because I'm a stranger. There's more to this than you're letting on.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
I'm calling it now. There's going to be an option where I talk the guy into handing over his ring and pretending that he's dead. Well, do you know Felix?
Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
Why would you spoil your own game like that? I smell it coming. I should go. All right, to the Groundbreaker.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Okay, let's go see Rosanna. And hope for some reason she decides to tell strangers where her husband is hiding from Retribution. I knew that was gonna happen. Is she at the bar?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
You mind? Trying to have a moment here.
Looking for a guy by the name of Rufus Trask. I'm told he lived around here.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
I'm on the level you can ask Junlei about me. Oh, that's evil.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
I'm not one of Harlow's thugs. You can trust me.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Why would you do
Rufus is
that?
hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
Do we want to ask any more questions?
Just make it quick.
Harlow tells me Trask betrayed him. Do you know anything about
Only
that?
that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why.
And here you are
He
giving
was here to
someone his
collect his personal,
location.
Complain about Harlow to me and say goodbye. In that order.
He didn't tell you anything about Harlow?
No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
You and Trask split up?
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
How much do you know about Harlow?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Sounds familiar, Felix.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus.
That's all I wanted to know. I'll leave you be.
Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
Alright, so to Emerald Vale. Hey dude, I know you're in hiding, fearing from your life, but your estranged ex gave me your information, and you can totally trust me that I'm here for a good reason.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Alright, fastest way to get there. Probably the botanical lab. We'll see.
Here they come!
Oh, enemies. That hurt.
Okay? Great.
We're only getting 100 XP for these enemies. I think we were supposed to do this quest a long time ago.
Oh,
Hi. The level scaling here sure is something. Alright, let's convince this guy to hand over his ring and pretend that he's dead.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
That's right, Harlow said you betrayed him.
Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
Harlow wants your ring as proof of your death. That's all I'm after.
Harlow wants my ring? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. A ring's a lot easier to lose than a hand. How do I know that I can trust you?
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All the palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
I'm inclined to believe Trask. You're asking me to take you for your word, show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Yeah, there is. You're looking at him.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
What was Harlow doing for the board?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
Why would the board buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
All right, I've heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind.
I'm not going to kill you, Trask, but I am going to ask for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Take care. Alright. So we have an option to find the stashed evidence. I have two destinations here. Wonder what this one does. They both marked as objectives.
Destination reached. Scylla.
but not when I go to the door. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, nope, it just says to go back in and go to the other base. Okay, no problem. We can do that real quick. Alright, so he said the papers were stashed in a vent inside the base. I'm gonna... Yeah. I keep thinking, my brain keeps wanting to play this like Starfield where I had the jetpack on. Turn to Harlow with Felix.
What's the word?
Trask had a lot to say about you, Harlow.
Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life.
Trask told me you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
You've been bought off. I've got the receipts.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board. You were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Come on, Harlow. Why would Trask rat you out to your own employers?
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Felix, you're so gullible.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Wow, he almost killed me. Oh, he did kill me. Well, that was fun. Okay, cool. We get another chance without having to do the dialogue. This is a lot of outlaws.
Everyone all right?
Well, that was fun. I guess the quest is done now. What happens if we talk to Felix?
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You're just gonna have to come to terms with that.
I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
I can understand why you're upset. You feel like he betrayed you.
Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that.
It'll pass. Give it time.
I hope so. I don't see this one passing anytime soon. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
Alright, companion quest done. Let's go and finish Nyoka's. Felix gained the self-governed perk. Okay. Let's try the Stellar Bay landing pad.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Okay. Ram and Sinjar. Make sure I have the right one tagged. I don't. So I have to give these to Nyoka.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up?
These glands are gross. Take them, please.
Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch.
We are back to Monarch.
There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
What's Charon?
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
It's about time we're gonna kill a Manta Queen.
Fucking right we are.
Let's do it.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. What do you think of the unreliable Parvati?
There's always something to fix. And it's neat working in the Aether. I always took Atlas for granted.
Here we go! Here we go! Nothing like a good tussle.
All right, that worked pretty well. Do I have a closer fast travel point? Yeah. The Borst Factory. You just know they love me there. All right, that shaved off 800 meters of my run. Uh-oh. Yep. I knew the ankle crunch was coming.
Whew, here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, I'm ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Here we go.
Enter password. Charon is how they pronounce it. Not how I would have guessed, but... Password accepted. Alright. Mantisaur Hive. Let's clear it out. Pretty bioluminescent plants in here. Bit cartridge. Some chaw. Light ammo. Gotta reload. I don't know if the charging up is worth it. I seem to be doing pretty good damage without it. Spacer's Choice found a flaw in you, herpetophobia. After too many encounters with mantapillars and mantisaurs, you're not quite yourself when any of the manta family of creatures are attacking your party. No, thank you. We're going to decline that flaw. Alright, inspect the Mantisaur feeding grounds.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur.
You know, it did feel a bit different when we walked in.
Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building.
You built it all, this base?
We hauled in steel. Hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable.
A teenager out here in the Monarch Wilderness?
Believe me, I had my complaints. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
You were a family. I'm sorry they're gone, Nyoka.
Me too, Captain. But I'm starting to think that maybe I found another. Now let's get to shooting before I get all sentimental.
Watch out!
Yeah, I think I'm doing more damage not charged up. I mean, not more damage, but more damage per ammo. So I'm on fire again for an absurdly long time. Well, you definitely can tank a lot of shots. All right, that's done. Talk to Nyoka now, I guess.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here.
Kian, thank you for the hydrate.
Bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
You're welcome.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
Of course, although I think you should hold on to the medallions.
What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain.
I'll help remind you of both the good and the bad, not just the bad.
Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
Oh, they all have epitaphs. Okay, we're making our way through the side quests and such. Let's clean this one up real quick. Get this one out of my log. I'm pretty sure all we have to do is go back to Stellar Bay and talk to this Agnes lady, and then this quest will be done.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the captain how grateful we are, Tuk Tuk.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right?
Yeah, so she's learned nothing. Your son is a grown man. It's time you started treating him like
What
one.
a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my Tuk Tuk home safe again.
That was not worth it. 625 bits. Okay. Let's go check on this guy's poster. Is it? Oh, it's also in here.
So the ship talks? Do all ships do that?
I can't say for certain, since I only ever been on this one. Hate us on a special donation.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
What are you getting all these advances for?
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
What was that exchange about? You having money trouble?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
You normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type.
I've never heard of it called a squish.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
You really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later. Oh, yeah, there was another thing.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Thanks, I'll do that. Okay. Velma in the warehouse. Presumably the warehouse is... Oh, I guess it's back this way.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
What are you talking about, Catherine?
Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Pescatological health manager?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
He'll come back eventually. You can't constrain a person's freedom.
I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Yeah, poster, I guess. Yeah, about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
You're just giving Grimm's poster away? Didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
You still have the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Surely we can work something out.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
All right, let's talk about something
Fine by
else.
me.
By which I mean I should be going. I'll talk to you later. Okay, so, go to Braxton's apartment. This game is a huge series of fetch and dialogue quests.
So Ada isn't really alive, but she can still talk like a person. What about Sam? What's it? Sorry. Is he the same thing?
Sam's an automechanical thing, not a computer brain thing like Ada.
It's pretty though, it is
I don't
pretty.
think Sam understands gender, so you can call him it.
Right, but she's a machine, he's a machine.
Except for that one guy's mouth, right?
Startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Persuade. Relax, no one's in trouble. I'm just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
That's all I needed.
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally
Give up so easily? Yeah, they do.
Don't get your hopes up.
Oh, you have a persuade skill of 30? Okay, here's the truth. Why does it feel so different here than it does in New Vegas? You know what I mean? I mean, New Vegas had a little of that syndrome too, for sure.
Used to be, I had to correct for a bit of leftward drag. Got used to standing just so, and after a while, it put a thorn in my side, something awful. Lately, though, it ain't pulling. I find my stance much...
Here they come!
Cap.
No, a complete stranger is giving me a single explanation as to why they need truth. You've cracked me exactly. Like, I guess you could fail. Well, in New Vegas, if you have the skill, you just automatically pass. It's not like Fallout 3 where it's a percentage. But I don't know, something about the characterization in New Vegas made more sense. Like, usually why, like, who you are in New Vegas, usually it makes more sense why people can be persuaded.
Oh, that's real good to hear. It took me a while to... never mind.
What? Girl, have you been touching my stuff?
I'm sorry, I should have asked. I just got real bored, and I seen you leaning, and the gun was sitting right there.
You know, the last time I caught someone messing with my equipment, I threw him in a sulfur pool. Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
The Edgewater deserters were perfectly nice, and they lived outside the city walls. Well, maybe not Adelaide, but everyone else.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
That both is pretty disconcerting. Would hope anything that would shoot me would stop short of eating. Yeah, how you doing, Rez? Good to see you. I'm looking for a man named Braxton. He supposedly came by here.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
What's dinner gonna be? I have concerns about that. Are you sure you haven't seen Braxton? I heard he was delivering medicine to you.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned what we're gonna be eating.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not?
If you're so eager for company, why live all the way out here?
The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves.
Things have a way of working out, I suppose.
That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Run along? What am I, a child?
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
Rocket candies.
You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front. They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too.
Lie. Sure, I brought some
That's
candies.
Wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though.
What can you tell me about this man?
Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
What's his name, Braxton?
I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers.
I can't tell if this person is like 14 or like 34. Why isn't he bringing you more rocket candies?
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again.
They're eating him. I'm gonna go now.
Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
Way she said that reminded me of a rat licking its chops. Be careful.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
If you don't want people going through your stuff, lock it up. Sorry, I was just looking around.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Calm down, I'm going now. It was kind of clunky conversation. Huh. Y'all ever heard of maintenance? Have you considered rocket candies? I could use a little edge.
They sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people
I told
are doing it
you.
too?
I told you they're eating Braxton. I don't know, I feel like the storylines have been very obvious so far in this game. I want some of these rocket candies. Monarch, or sunrise. The sun crests the horizon, as round, soft, and warm as the lump of a cysty pig. The day is fresh and alive with possibility. Trees. Ever reds rise from the ground, glistening and triumphant in daylight. They remind me that life can grow even here amidst the dust. Sky. Monarch 1 grows large and dark like a moth that eats the sky. I try to think of words I had to describe it, but something dark swallows them too. Hunger. There is an ache sharp in my stomach, hurts all the time. Food makes me sick, water makes me sick, always hungry so I can't think. So clearly the poems degenerate over time, so a loss of cognitive ability. Hi, kitty. Welcome in. A lot of cigarette butts here, too. I see no rocket candies.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Yeah, it's one of my better qualities.
How very rude.
Time to teach you some manners.
Get ready.
Oh.
Get back up, you asshole! Get up!
Well, that sucked. Alright, let's try that again. There's already 8. What did you really solve? Well, I got his work ID, so I can tell the lady.
You're tracking blood into... Oh.
Seen enough from you people. Oh, my revolver wasn't reloaded. That's not good. Wow, why is he so tanky? Retro rockets. Old-fashioned gummy rockets in a variety of flavors. Carbohydrates plus 200% natural health regeneration. That's all it is? They're actual candy? I thought they were like drugs.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
Yeah, that guy you sent me to check on, he didn't make it. You've got some bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
Give her Braxton's ID. He was killed by cannibals out in the ruins.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
It's a rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
Can we come to an arrangement on Grimm's poster?
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Intimidate. You won't do much business if your neighbors hate you. Consider this an investment.
I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick. Runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay them more?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
I guess I can talk to Caleb for
Mind
you.
slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
The yacht club. All right. Let's deliver this toss ball poster. Get this quest wrapped up real quick.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Yeah, here's the poster.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old toss ball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
All right, y'all, I'm going to take a real quick break. Just going to run to the restroom. I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads to disable our pre-roll ads for the next hour for people who come in. And when I come back, we will pick up with more questing in the Outer Worlds. Appreciate you all. See you in just a second. All right, thanks for hanging out. Why are my scene transitions so slow today? Why am I losing frames over nothing? Have I been this choppy for a while? Welcome back, thank you. What is going on? Try clicking into the game. Can you all see what I'm talking about? I look incredibly choppy. Not really. I guess it's just an OBS thing again because, well, no, it's saying it's skipping a bunch of frames due to encoding lag. Hold on, let me try closing the game and reopening it. Okay, that immediately cleared it up on my end. Let's see what happens if we run it again. Kind of similar to a problem I had with Deus Ex. Yeah, I saw that too. Lost me there. Oh, lost entirely. Wow. Oh, get out of here. All right. We're back now, though, right?
Are you crazy?
I think I lost audio. Just problem after problem. There we go. I don't know what's up with my audio interface. Losing audio ever since I updated the drivers. All right, what were we doing? We had a quest. Oh yeah, we were supposed to ask this person out for, you know, the other person. Sebastian.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Would you consider going on a date with her?
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Persuade. Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, But we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Yeah, we want them to be happy.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, Celia, just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
All right, well, that was a thing. Convince Caleb to return to work. They're gonna be probably upstairs in the bar here.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Captain Noctum of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Even if the quests are boring, the dialogue is good sometimes. Yeah, I would put emphasis on the sometimes.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Okay. What could be so bad it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Oh, I can just solve this with a lie? Sandra's gonna fire Velma if you don't return to work.
I never meant to call for anyone's head on a pike. Velma's not my favorite person, but she ain't been cruel to us. Devil it all. Now you got me feeling sorry for her. Fine. I guess we'll go back to work to save Velma's job. We'll find a better time to negotiate our wages. Tell Velma not to worry. We'll look out for her.
Look at us strike busting to solve a quest. Feels bad, man. They didn't even get anything out of it. I just told them Velma was going to be fired.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
When in doubt, think what would Paragon
Sorry,
Shepard
ma'am,
do?
I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need?
Let's talk about Caleb.
You knocked any sense into him yet?
Told him you were about to lose your job. He said he'd come back.
Well, that's awful nice of him. Sure wouldn't have expected that. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind?
I'll talk to you later. Cool, another level. Oh, wrong button.
Aha, the helpful stranger I've heard so much about. Here to do business, hmm? Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
Me? I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
We've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Enough preamble, what's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Sure, bye. Okay, Bolt with his name. Get into the arms building. Okay, so we're after a Bolt 52. Bolt 52. Does my gun need to be repaired? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that doubled its damage. I was sitting here thinking it was not doing that much damage. Nice shot. And of course, doubling the damage actually more than doubles the damage because of crit multipliers and armor resistance and things like that. Alright, we somehow finished that with taking 0 damage. Tells me this Colossus is going to be a little tougher. Howdy, BMO. How's it going? I'm doing alright today. It's good to see you, friends. Ah, in there. Doing well. How are you finding the game? Played it a fair bit now. It's all right. It's pretty good. I'm finding it very average in a lot of ways. You know, it's your very average first-person shooter space RPG. And it's kind of got a lot of fluff. I'm contemplating focusing more on the main quest. But it's not bad. Nothing about it's been bad so far. I don't know, what's chat think of the game so far, if anybody's got an opinion on it? It's how you felt it's good, but not really doing anything very well. Yeah, it's just kind of... I don't know, a lot of the stuff feels like it's in there because it's supposed to be in there in a game like this.
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats for boots?
It's occasionally clever about something, which is nice. Hello, who's in there?
Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Meta Queen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here and, Now the door's locked. Little help?
Paragon Shepherd would snarl like a rat as a prank. There are bits and bobs you like tremendously, and none of them come together to make anything special. You know, that feels like a really fair way of putting it. Felt like it needed more time to you. Yeah, there's very little magic here to anything that makes me feel like, wow, I'm really glad I experienced that, or that was really neat. Like, everything's very serviceable. It's all put together pretty well, but, like, my investment in it is just not super there right now. Really hoping Avowed will be really good. Yeah, we will see, won't we? Well, I need to get in that room.
Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross.
There must be a way to open it from inside.
What do you mean? It's locked.
Engineering 35, right? But, okay, let's try the handle. Turn it upward and...
Wait, upward? Oh, my eternal soul! It worked!
Ah, phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Emo, what you been playing
Hi,
lately?
Myoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? You're traveling.
Outer
with someone.
Wilds,
Never mind.
nice. The game that I confused with Outer Worlds all the time. You sure you're okay to travel?
Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy, and hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?
Cyberpunk and Outer Wilds, nice. How you liking those? Good luck.
Thanks a lot, mister.
In Outer Wilds, you're starting to piece things together, and you can confidently say it's pretty great. Apparently, you're about 60% through. Nice. Glad you're enjoying it. Okay, let's go hand over the Bolt cartridge, the Bolt 52.
I'm real sorry about your friends, Myoka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Found the cartridge.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
How exactly is a data cartridge going to help?
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Uh-huh. So it's about shuffling around assets in name to protect them? Yes, finally the board will get their comeuppance.
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea? It's definitely a firm middle finger.
Just tell me what you're planning.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Is it really illegal if the board's the one that makes the rules in the first place?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
What does that mean for me?
If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Sounds like you know her well enough yourself.
That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay. And I fear
What's up,
my
Enemy
ass
Charlie?
will
How you
give her the
doing?
leverage
You
she's
thought
been
Outer
looking
Worlds
for.
was little alien guys, or are you
Don't
thinking
beat
of something
yourself
else?
up,
That's
sir.
Outer Wilds.
Perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We were just talking about how I
We
always
really don't need
confuse
to
those
discuss
two
this
games.
now, Celia.
Yeah, Outer Worlds is like a spacefaring RPG from the studio that made Fallout New Vegas and Pillars of Eternity and stuff. What's up, Enemy Charlie? Hope you're well. Like, damn, this game sure does go in weird directions. To be fair, I have heard that Outer Wilds goes in weird directions, too. I tried it on stream. I couldn't really get into it. It was too much, like, me having to read voiceovers. And it starts off as kind of a slow burn, but I've heard it's a fantastic game if you can get into it. Okay, I guess I tell this guy that I know how to make people talk.
Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of
Watched a friend play part of it and it seemed
So
fun, a
it'd be
bit
best if
lonely.
you could
Yeah, I
leave
think
her
the
in one
loneliness of it
piece.
is supposed
Is
to
that
be a
how you
very
people put it?
thematic. It definitely felt like it wanted to create that atmosphere. But at the same time, I got the impression it almost wanted like a cozy loneliness, if that makes any bit of sense at all. Yeah, close enough.
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do.
Yeah, definitely not desolate. Right, yeah. Like intimate almost, but lonely still, right. But I don't know, I only played an hour and a half of it, so I can't really talk on, like, the grand design and everything of it.
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
Yeah, so Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games ever. I was really hoping that the Outer Worlds would really grab me in a way with the world building and the way the factions were so detailed and the impact of the characters and things like that. And to be honest, Outer Worlds is just, it's not living up to that to me. I'm definitely seeing where people are coming across with the criticism of this game that it's just mostly okay. I need MSI to stop broadcasting. You're jamming Devil's Peak Station.
You think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense Graham is spewing? It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
This is from Bethesda? No, it's from Obsidian. So Obsidian did New Vegas, they did Pillars of Eternity, they did Pentiment. I'm trying to think of anything else they've done, but it's escaping me. They do a lot of RPGs, but they don't do a ton of these first-person sort of RPGs. I'll deal with Graham. Right now I'm talking to you.
My, you know how to take control of a situation, don't you? It's warm in here. Is anyone else warm?
What he means to say is that we won't need that frequency once we're able to get MSI restored to the board.
If we can find proof that one of the companies on the board is also active on Monarch, that'll give me all the leverage I need.
Okay. So we do the corporate espionage. We find the people operating here. We remove them. Then you no longer need that frequency, and I can get what I want. Okay. Fine, but then you're stopping those broadcasts.
You have my word.
I've got to go. Okay. So now the next quest should be telling me... Follow up with Catherine. Sanjar believes Catherine would know where this other corporation is operating. See if you can get the location from her. What's up, Space Monkey? Is that about the game or about something you're going through? I haven't used this gun in a minute.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
You feel it's time to nap? I have been feeling that all day. Oh, BAP. Yeah. I have not been feeling that all day. I have been feeling I need to nap. Maybe BAP, then nap. But it's like, do I nap when I've only been awake for 6 hours? When I awoke after 11 hours of sleep and immediately craved a nap, at what point does my life just become sleep? And yeah, this game needed some action. But I don't know, I find the action in this game very lackluster too. It's another case of, like, it's here because it's expected to be here, and it's exactly the average combat for the genre. And nothing really new. Why am I slow? I'm not over encumbered. Did I hit a walk button? No, just a random debuff. How do I get you a shout out, Space Monkey? You deserve it. Space Monkey's been having some chill Kerbal Space Program streams lately. It's a good place to be and hang out. I missed.
Oh, you are in for
And
it
you
now.
will feel welcome there. If you had never encountered the genre before, it might be great. Yeah, maybe. Have I ever played KSP? I have never played KSP. I feel like I'd either get really into it or I'd get overwhelmed with it and have a hard time getting into it. Maybe both. Maybe both. All right. It might be that fast traveling here is the smarter way to go. Fallbrook. This is somewhere I was meant to check out earlier anyway, Fallbrook. It'd either be high-level fun or max-level frustration. Again, it could be one of those games that's both.
I don't like the way folks are looking at me, Captain. Like I'm a sandwich. Maybe I could stand a little closer to you.
It's like you're a sandwich. Okay, that was actually a clever line. I like Parvati okay. Nyoka I like a little less, but Nyoka's okay too. Sucks waiting 20 minutes to find out your rocket sucks.
You seen Arthur today?
But I imagine the skill ceiling is very high, right? So, like, if you get good at the game, you can do a lot with it.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Oh, she just comes and says whatever's on her mind, huh?
Yeah, people do be like
Truthfully
that.
spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
At first, it's all failure, but fun if you're okay with that. Really satisfying when you figure it all out right. Space Monkey seems to know what he's doing in a science way. You sort of approach it in the monkey way. To be fair, Space Monkey approaches it in the Space Monkey way. Charm, if by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manta dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
I'm the fixer for your sublight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Cut to the chase.
All right. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
I can get it
I
done.
do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
No problem. Nyoka's handled mantisaurs before.
And will again. We ought to be taking any opportunity we get to bury those critters in lead.
Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew.
Crews are for ships. They were a family.
Close enough. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
You crash landed on the moon once and your Kerbal survived, but then what happens? Are they just stranded on the moon forever? Good thing we have an engineer. Parvati will handle it.
Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly? Definitely.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care.
I love
Once
volatile
you've got our
gases.
goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I guess I might be interested. It was a soft crash. He was stuck there. Then the real mission starts, the rescue mission. I learned today that if you launch yourself in front of the moon on an escape trajectory, you corkscrew upwards in a cyclone. Nice. Science.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him. Run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut, or his production lines ought to make do.
Say I just kill Clive.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Ah, okay, so this is the Borst factory that I said earlier was probably going to be part of a mission, and here it is.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the Dry Goods and Sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Alright, yeah, we can do this. This is a thing we're capable
I don't
of.
think I like Miss Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing, but she swears awful much.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on
Wait,
her bad
there was
side.
something else I needed
Then
to
she's
do
liable
here.
Drown you in the waterfall.
Maybe I have to do another quest for her before I can get this info, but we're gonna check real quick.
How's Clive?
Let's talk about something else. Sanjar said you know something about a corporation operating in secret on Monarch.
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the Northern Bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
I'll check it out.
And I'll thank you kindly for it.
That's enough for now.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
You know how there's folk who are all crusty outside, but warm and squishy inside? I'm pretty sure she's crust all the way through.
Okay, we're gonna go investigate a drop point. Almost got him. Is that a robot? Oh, it's one of those loader lifter things. Okay.
What happened here?
We ought to be quick about this.
A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Smuggler tunnel. Well, that hurt. Can I deactivate these? I killed an enemy somewhere. That hurt. I All these traps are gonna kill me. Oh, it's Sprat. Sprat that I'm accidentally killing. I wonder if this bolter pistol that I have is any better. So this is 200 DPS. And 123 per shot. Seems a lot better. We'll try it. So it's a 3-round burst. Plasma rifle 2.0, hey, okay. Does kind of eat through ammo when we want to shoot one of something, though. You know.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway?
I've got moves.
Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing out here anyway?
Medical 40, let me take a look at your wounds.
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago.
What's with all the traps?
Cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out.
Catherine told me some of her couriers had gone missing here.
Nice to know she cares. Catherine had us making drops for some big shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
You think they're dead?
The Marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, my guess is they found the client too.
Where'd the Marauders go?
Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
Okay, hopefully the way out of here is clear enough. That said, I'll most likely set something off on the way. Alright, I've got a bunch of points to spend. Let's bump up handguns some. Alright, we'll accept that, and then I've got perks to spend. I guess movement speed during tactical time dilation. And now we have access to tier 3 perks. That's nice. Okay.
Well, gotta admit, you're tougher than I expected.
Alright, let's go take out this Borst factory. think it ought to be on up the road here. Slaughterhouse Clive. Ah, that's clever. Like Slaughterhouse 5. I still need to read that.
You don't have to do this. Just let us down from here. The humidity is really uncomfortable. Look, I didn't mean what I said about. Oh, I crashed.
Gotta get over there, Captain. Maybe they're still alive.
So this looks like Errors Unseen still. I'm gonna go through ammo for this like crazy. I can feel it.
We made it.
Data. We need data that there's a corporate presence. Research data. Project Lorem Ipsum shall result in a potent, mostly non-lethal crowd control gas for use against rioting, agitated, or excessively numerous crowds. Rich sulfur pockets make Monarch a prime site for testing and experimentation. Early results show promise, but further research is necessary. UDL disavows all knowledge of and responsibility for Lorem Ipsum. All data in this report is considered proprietary knowledge of UDL. Transfer files to external tape. Return to root. Alternate project titles. Let's hack it. Thunder Dog, Eggs Mayhem, Skunk Parade, Fuck You Valdez, I Want My Raise. Those are the considered alternate titles. Okay. So we did the quest for Errors Unseen. Now we return to Sanjar. Okay, but in the meantime, we're gonna do Slaughterhouse Clive. We are probably just gonna blast our way in. A little bit of action never hurt anybody.
Here they come.
Bouncing off.
One thing about this pistol is the projectiles are slow in getting to the enemy. The plasma carbine feels like a more efficient use of the same ammo type.
They'll never see us.
Are factory employees hostile? I don't think so, but the robots are.
Halt. Returning fire!
What happened to the factory worker? We let that guy go, right? We let him run away? Tell me we let him run away. We're not that kind of people.
Here they come! Wow! Great work!
What?
Oh no, I killed a sissy pig. Dude was just living its life. Ah, the factory employee is back. Okay. So we did let the factory employee live. Where do we find Clive? Maybe this door opens?
Well, it's done, Captain.
Here we go. Plasma carbine is working. Yoka, I thought you were supposed to be tougher than this. Health is a little on the low side. We'll go ahead and top that up. Requires Clive's office key to unlock, so maybe somebody that I've killed will have his office key on them. Corrosive weakness. Spacer's Choice found a flaw in you. Suffering too many corrosive burns has made you weak against corrosive damage. No, I'm good. I haven't really found that I'm in desperate need of perk points in order to accept them for the flaws. It's a neat concept. I don't know how well it works in practice. So this is Clive, huh?
Whoa now. And just what do you figure you're doing up here? These are my private quarters, friend. I don't allow tours up here. I don't allow tours ever on deeper
Marrow, welcome in. Only real point in flaws is a 5% damage boost per flaw for stealth archers. I see. That makes sense. Hope you're well. Good to have you. Perception. You've got blood on your shirt. Right there. No, lower.
Certain things require a mess to do well. See, I was just killing sometime. I prefer to prepare my dinner by my own hand. Nothing like fresh and bloody Borstwurst.
Those parts are from Sisty Pigs.
I do own a factory known for specializing in the canning of Borstwurst. On occasion, I like to imbibe other parts of the Sisty Pig. Did you fancy me a cannibal? Perish the thought. No, I don't eat the bodies, I disappear. A joke that last was. So, what can I do for you? My full attention is at your disposal.
I don't like the way this guy
Is he looking at
talks.
Ola. He's surely giving me the complete creeps.
While I approve of your associate's cautious nature, I still teeter on the verge of losing my patience. Let us move forward with the present proceedings.
Let's see. Sublight sent me to kill you, but I'm sure we can work something out.
By Sublight, you mean Catherine, do you not? That greedy, star-crossed sow. Listen, friend. The Borst King of Monarch does not negotiate with coveters. How about you bring me Catherine's severed head, and I will gift you a lifetime supply of Borst.
So 3 days to form opinions. Any notable thoughts on the game? Honestly, I don't want to come across too critical, but honestly, in 3 days, the game has really failed to capture my attention a lot of the time. Just everything about it feels very average. It feels very done before. There's several times that I've just outright predicted how quest lines were going to go because, I don't know, everything about it feels very... it's very much what came before it without adding a whole lot of anything new. So I'm a little disappointed in it in that regard. There's just not a lot of magic in it that I sort of expected from Obsidian. What if you and Catherine partnered up? Two great empires combined.
You desire that I should lower myself to Catherine's level of crassness and filth? I cannot fathom how that would cotton myself. The king built this golden monopoly brick by brick from the rubble when the corpse abandoned Monarch. No, he ain't the sort to partner up, as that requires the sharing of power and profits.
Medical 55, huh? Think I don't recognize human remains? Those aren't Sisty Pig parts.
You think to blackmail me? Try it. The king will grind you to bone spurs and toenails.
To be fair, it's not the same Obsidian. They retain less than 20% of their staff from Fallout New Vegas, if you recall. Yeah, so I definitely see how certain people, certain creative directors, certain writers, certain things like that, absolutely created the experience that I had in New Vegas. And, you know, just because it's Obsidian doesn't necessarily mean the same magic is there. Created too much lore at once, in your opinion? I think that's probably part of it. The game hasn't really established... It might have tried, but it hasn't really established a reason for me to care about a lot of what I'm doing. And I feel like it's very obvious. A lot of the satire and stuff is so heavy-handed and on the nose, and it's all been done before. It's just a case of, like, I see what they're doing, but it's just not blowing me away. Only meant that what you do is a skill Catherine would highly value.
True? You figure she will appreciate my skills? They did take me years to perfect. However, I remain unconvinced she could provide the means to make the association worth my while. If you ain't noticed, I'm doing swell, ruling this kingdom on my own.
Catherine wants the factory. Whether I kill you or convince you matters little to either of us.
I do admire a properly ruthless individual. If it will keep that sublight sow off my back, then it's an undoubtedly worthwhile pursuit. The king is interested. John Hancock me on the dotted line, friend. I will even give her a cut of the profits, requiring she keeps clear of my short hairs.
Glad there are no Radiant quests, but it also just makes everything feel Radiant, though, so... Yeah, I feel like there's so much fetch quests and run around and go do this and pass this speech check. And again, not a lot of it is built in a way that I really care about what I'm doing. I'm sort of just checking, you know, boxes off on a list. I don't hate it, it's just not really doing anything for me. Glad you came to your senses.
I am not one to suffer insults. Tell Catherine she is permitted to dump the bodies each and every Tuesday, precisely at 3 a.m.
Is that a blind taste test in the other room?
Indeed it is. Did you partake of the experiment? I would like to hear your assessment of the quality of each sample, if so.
I haven't yet.
Don't wait so long, the meat rots. Then I won't be able to trust your answers.
I should go. Okay, let's get Persuade up some. Hey, a terminal, can't wait to read some lore, only to get smacked with a 2-page PDF on any entry certainly hurts. Right. And again, just, I don't know, other games I have cared more about the lore. It was just handled with more care, I think. What do I want for a perk? Ooh, boom headshot. This seems like a nice little perk. We'll grab that. % of terminal lures, we don't have the things we need to have. Yeah. Or corporate this, or no safety regulation that. Alright, so I did a little bit of parkour. Unsealed door. Alright.
You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust?
What? Wait, that's... It can do that?
All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day, and I've seen it happen.
I don't know what's more unsettling. The concept of my ammunition...
You did and have enjoyed the game, though, but for the wrong reasons.
The kind of thing you think about on the regular.
I think I could turn my brain off and play this game. It all feels very rote. It's exactly the type of quests I've experienced before. It's exactly the type of combat I've experienced before.
good.
All right, let's return to Catherine and let her know that he is stepping away from the factory. Water is pretty.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
Got a proposition for you from Clive.
Oh, this ought to be good. What does he mean to offer in exchange for his no-account life?
Last painstaking bit, and then only good things from there. Tinkering cost cap only affects science weapons, and it's like 200. Whereas having a unique weapon from the start of the game tinkered can be anywhere up to 30,000 bits. Interesting. What do you mean by last painstaking bit? Do you mean I'm in the last painstaking bit, or you are in your playthrough? Clive is willing to be your cleaner if you leave the factory for him.
True enough. I got bodies piling up, drawing attention where they ought
Oh,
not
last
to
bad
be.
detail. I see.
But if I take the factory, I don't need Clive to dispense of my messes. Can appoint someone to handle it myself.
Persuade 50. Who better to handle the cleaning than Clive? The sublight idiot's mucking it up now.
Point taken. Good help is hard to come by. Plus, Clive doesn't seem the type to upchuck his Borst during dismemberment. Still, you're asking me to walk away from easy money.
Persuade 50. Running a factory is hard, tedious work.
So are a lot of things in life. And your point is?
Clive is offering a cut of the profits and free body disposal every Tuesday, 3 a.m.
All right. Color me convinced. Reckon I owe you a finder's fee. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here.
The marauders who killed your supply runners got what they deserved.
See, this is why I like you, fella. You make exchanging blood and bits so damn delightful.
That's enough for now. Sublight salvage and shipping are now agreeable. Did I complete errors unseen? Yeah, return to Sandjar. Okay, we'll do that real quick. Okay, Sandjar, we did the thing you requested. Now you can stop broadcasting.
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I found a data cartridge with details of UDL's secret experiments.
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form.
I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the Reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
Reformations? What, are you gonna reformat everyone's files? I don't know what happened to your launch anymore, or if it's going good, but you're pinballing to the second moon.
That's just cruel.
And inefficient. I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
What's gonna happen to the people here when the board figures out what you're doing?
Well, by that point, my hope is that we'll be on the board once more.
I'm just... Maybe I'm worrying too much, but it seems the folks here get plans made for them an awful lot. When do they get to start making plans for themselves?
Once MSI is restored, the people of Monarch will be able to make more choices. We'll have all the brands and resources of the board here. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Fine, here you go.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Mighty big of you. Suppose we'll have to see if Graham's able to do the same.
Believe me, you've got your work cut out for you there.
Was there anything else?
I've got to go. All right, so now the next part of it was Amber Heights. Okay. All right, I'll tell you what, everybody. I am feeling just really tired and out of it today, and the game's just not capturing me. I think this is actually where I'm going to wrap up for today. Get offline and not be on stream. I know I'm not being the most entertaining as I usually am. So yeah, I'll get off now. I will rest. I will be back Wednesday. Wednesday, we will play more Mass Effect 3. So look forward to that if you've been enjoying Mass Effect. I'm not sure if we're going to play this game anymore. It seems to have really fizzled out for me. And I don't know what you all think. If you have really strong opinions about seeing me continue to play it, you let me know. We can talk about it in the Discord and stuff like that. But at this rate, I'm not sure if it's looking like we're going to go ahead and finish Outer Worlds. But like I said, we can talk about that. Mass Effect 3 is definitely a go, though. And if we don't finish Outer Worlds, we've got some other games to start. We've got maybe Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We've got Stalker series. So we've got a little bit to look forward to. Let's go ahead and get wrapped up. And let's see who's online that we can give a raid to. By the way, if you're not in the Discord and you'd like to be part of that discussion as well, if you'd like to see my schedule and things like that, Discord is going to be where we talk about all that, where I post my schedule, all sorts of things. So if you'd like to be a part of it, we'd love to have you, but no pressure, of course. All right, looks like we've got some friends on, so we've got some people to choose from. Yeah, I look forward to trying that, Space Monkey. I've heard great things about that. Just taking a look at who's online, who we might want to raid. thank you all for hanging out. This is always a difficult part of the end of the night, deciding where to go. Twitch mobile on your work Wi-Fi is rubbish. That sucks. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with it and being here. All right, I've getting ideas. I've got a couple ideas for who we might raid. Okay, this person is on a break. I'm gonna take a leap of faith that because I don't see a timer here that they'll be back kind of soon. But it's somebody that's been like around in our community with a lot of mutuals who we've never gotten to raid before. I've been in their stream before, and it's always been a welcoming place and a good place and a lot of fun. We're gonna raid Sarah Nell. Sarah is currently playing a first playthrough of Elden Ring, which I really enjoy seeing. I really enjoy seeing Elden Ring, and especially first playthroughs and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and raid Sarah Nell. We're gonna do a raid message. We're just gonna say add Noctum raid. That lets them know who we are, where we're coming from, what we're about. And yeah, you'll see 2 raid messages there. You'll see one for those of you who are subscribed and want to use my emotes. And you'll see one for those of you not subscribed who would like to use the Twitch standard emotes. If you'd like to come along with the raid, maybe you'll meet a new friend, see somebody that you enjoy watching and want to watch in the future. Of course, if you have other places on the internet to be, that's understood, but we'd love to have you along for the raid if you'd like to. Friends, that's all I have to say for today, other than thank you for an awesome stream. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here, friends, new and old, as I get to try just a variety of games and play games that I've never gotten to before and share them with all of you. It means a lot to me to have you here, so thank you for that. As I always like to say, if you're lurking or chatting or something in between, you make a difference and you're appreciated. So, until I see you again, remember, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, know that you're all appreciated, know that I'll see you again soon. Thank you all.